Got off the phone with Alana Darkins, who has a awesome podcast and platform called The O Show. And what we talked about was my years in business, 35 years. And I noticed that I seldom talk about that when I'm doing my platform, Instagram, YouTube. It's been, I'm laughing because the reality of distractions just took place here and my son hollered in. But 35 years in business. I started out in communications, public relations, special events planning. And I published that magazine. And so I think I'm going to incorporate more of my story on that journey into my posts, because I think many women who are in business, many who may want to start a business, and even older women who are thinking about entrepreneurship, that I can share my stories, the trials and tribulations of going from failure to success, why I started my business, how I sustained, the pivots, the pitfalls of trying to stay afloat. I started back in 1991, and I started because, my son at the time was diagnosed with a developmental delay and later autism. And what I needed to do was decide how we were going to be accessible to him. And of course, since men make more money than women, I had chosen to be the one who would stay home and do run the business. And for a long time, it was a struggle. I didn't know what I was doing. So here I am now, 35 years later, and the pivots that took place, things did turn around, thank goodness. So I'll be sharing that. It may be interest to you as far as raising a child with autism. You may be in a situation where you're caring for an adult with autism and looking at the whole spectrum, the differences. So what you're going through may be different than what I'm going through. So I'll put some things on my YouTube channel. I'm bringing some things to you here to talk about my journey. Like I said, I am actually a magazine publisher, and I don't think I've ever talked about that. This is our hard copy edition. Now we went online a few years ago. That was a pivot. Pivoting into focusing on self-care and pro-aging. That was a pivot. Changing my schedule for my business. The format of it all. That was my second pivot. So that's something that you're interested in. And I like to create a community of people who are evolving, and we are all evolving, especially with so much going on today. It can be a struggle. It can have you questioning your worth. It can give you self-doubt. It can make you feel invisible opposed to invincible. It can make you feel isolated when you just don't know what to do. But I always say this all the time. There's a solution for everything. The answer, there is a solution. You can't go without a solution. There's a solution for everything. So come back and join us, especially as we grow our YouTube channel, when I do more to speak directly to you, and hopefully I can help. We're about to embark on our Onyx Women Leadership Awards, where we honor this year 17 women. Last year was 16. We've honored up to 25 in a year, because we don't want people to feel as if their light has been dimmed. We insist on shining it brightly on these women who have beat the obstacles, knocked down barriers, and still we rise, which is our theme. Maya Angelou and Still I Rise. And the theme for this event, we have to rise above. There's so much that is going on. So if this information is your type of information, come back and give us your input. If you have questions, as we celebrate 35 years in business, as we celebrate years of uplifting and empowering women and shining the light so that we can let them know that we see you. We see you and we want to be seen because it can be overwhelming. We are caregivers, moms, we are aunties, we are so much that that seems to get lost when people want to devalue you and question your worth. And we say, not on our watch, not today.